What's up, everybody? Jordan James Sylvia here, thundering down the highway in the mean streets of Fall River. What's up? Having a blast. Beautiful Thursday out here. Fall day, November 6th. Living the dream. Life is good. Hope everyone else is doing good. I finally talked to Boomer this morning. Boomski. He's on the recount mission. Good for him. When people always try to tell me there's no such thing as election fraud, bro, you must be all knowing. You must have tracked every ballot. People say the funniest things with such confidence, too. That's what makes me. I love it. The more confident somebody says an outrageous thing, like, the more humor I get from it. What? No election fraud. Kamala losing. Oh, it was rigged. He stole the election, obviously. But that's just where we are as a country. The critical thinking skills in this country are like severely lacking. And again, that's all intentional. Entire books have been written about it. My favorite is Dumbing Us Down by John Taylor Gatto. Why the school system is the school system. But a couple things. So the title of the video is The Future of Fall River, which I'm hoping little 10-year-old Luke, kids like my kids, if we're able to stick it out, if they don't chase us out, that Jay-Z return to office would probably chase the Sylvias. Louise, good morning. You got to tell me, is it Lois or Louise? You have to spell it phonetically for me. But this woman right here, her son is just an absolute blessing on earth, as all my kids are. Absolute rock star kids. Bobby, what's up, bro? So it's Luis, is it? Or if it's Luis, spell it with 2 E's. And if it's Lois, spell it Low, Lowis. Bobby Kudo going live. I love when I saw that, Bobby. Right? Like, what's cool about what you're doing, Bobby, is this. And I'm so happy for you, bro. Like 6 o'clock at night. What is anyone else going to be doing? You know, maybe eating dinner or whatever. Bobby will be quote unquote working, but he's doing something he absolutely loves, which should be everyone's goal in life. So he's like literally hanging out with his friends, talking about things, trying to help the city, you know, building his brand. Hopefully he makes millions of dollars from it one day. While, you know, a lot of people are playing video games or on Facebook calling me a racist and whatnot, you know, wasting their time. So good for Bobby. Want to kick ass. Okay. Lois. Sounds like Lois. Love you, bro. But yeah, Lois's son. This guy doesn't want to let me merge on the 24, of course. Everybody's so greedy when it comes to driving. The Portuguese way is like Luís. Chris, what's up? What's up, Chris? Stop being a hater, Chris. You petty biatch. Chris, did you ever drop the nuclear bomb on Nicole Fontaine and the mayor and on the homelessness situation? got my hopes all up. And I've been waiting for this epic takedown video. Still working on it. Cool. So I keep teasing it since last night, but Chris is, as he always is, embroiled. Hold on, phone call. Killed it. Chris has been embroiled in a new controversy involving homeless people. Me and my wife saw some yesterday. I was near the old Herald News building. Rest in peace to the Herald News. But it's homeless people living in tents like right across the street from the what do you call it? Chamber of Commerce. That's right on brand for Fall River, you know. So that's the reality in Fall River. But here's the two things I posted about this morning that's dawned on me. My son, I was like sitting on my couch, lacing up my shoes to work out, which everyone watching this should be working out 7 days a week. I actually missed yesterday. I know Koch is going to kill me, but I didn't get home, as people saw. I didn't get home until 9:30 last night. I immediately started eating dinner. Totally forgot. Blinked my eyes. It's like 10:30. Me and my wife are going to bed. I'm like, oh my God, babe, I didn't work out today. And she looked at me like a deer in the headlights. And she's like, oh my God, we're going to bed. And I knew I couldn't drag her in the workout room with me. So I broke my streak, but I had a month straight of working out 7 days a week, 4 weeks straight. Hold on. I believe that's how the math shakes out. My wife was in my car last, so the friggin' heated seats are on. My butt is all warm. The hell is she doing? Her and my daughter always leave the heated seats on. You know where there's no heated seats, guys? In communist countries, socialist countries. They're lucky if they have a car. But every 20-year-old in Fall River knows that socialism's definitely the way to go. You know? Bobby's taking off. See you later, buddy. But yeah, this is a real problem. Again, the video is about the future of Fall River. And I know we keep saying we're going to save Fall River in the moment. Because, the only time you can ever accomplish anything is in the current moment. But we're doing it for the future of the city. We're doing it for the next 5, 10, 20 years to save the city for once and for all. Because it's been a nightmare for 50 and 100 years. No matter what the politicians just gaslight and lie to everyone, say that they're all fucking superstars. So, it is what it is. But what was I gonna say? I don't understand how yesterday I got inundated with allegations that I'm a racist and a moron, which is just every day in the life for me in Fall River. I'm a racist moron because I shared a post by some dude clowning Mamdani being elected. And I posted from my regular page, dude, I'm listening to this book, Quit Like a Millionaire. I believe her name's Christy Shen. And her father grew up in communist China. And she talks about how when she was a kid, she would play in piles of medical waste and make toys out of used rubber gloves and medical gowns and make jump ropes out of stuff. Because that's how cool socialism is. That's how cool centralized economies are. But this woman, and she talks about her father almost died because they were eating clay because there was no food. The government came in and confiscated all the food because that's how communism works and socialism works. It's all really centralized power. It doesn't matter if it's fascist, communist, socialist, whatever. Anybody trying to centralize power and have like a command economy where one moron thinks they can make rules for 350 million people, it's doomed to fail. The only reason America is what it is because, remember, we're supposed to have these 50 laboratories of individual states, and then it's broken down into the counties and the cities, and all free people acted in their best interest. Whenever somebody tries to hijack that, that's where we fail. But again, the main problem is I keep being told that the school system doesn't push propaganda. It doesn't indoctrinate children. But it's weird. I keep seeing all these 20-year-old people in Forever, and they're saying Mamdani's great, rent control is great, communism, socialism's cool, but they don't want to go live in a socialist country, oddly enough. So my question is, if you just spent 13 years in the Forever public school system, K through 12, maybe you're still at BCC or UMass, because I know in UMass, man, I had straight Marxist professors, like Obama said, Marxist professors from Brown, total flunkies, probably can barely pay their rent, but telling kids that fucking Karl Marx is a genius. I witnessed that myself at UMass Dartmouth. But they know how cool communism and socialism is, but people who lived in it don't. But my point is, that's the situation we have, and Democrats have hijacked, academia since the 60s, the radical 60s. So now we have to fix it. We have to undo all the brainwashing they receive in school and teach them how to be happy, productive Americans, God-fearing, all the stuff, all the good stuff. Morals, agree to disagree, not have to want to try to boycott people and destroy people's lives, stuff that they're apparently not taught in 13 years of Paul Coogan and Tracy Curley schools. So that's our job. So again, you have people like Lois's son, Luke, my son, Cassius. I talk to my kids almost daily about this, probably daily, about the stuff, the country they live in. I bounce things off my 10-year-old. I'm like, hey, this just happened. And she's like, what? That's crazy. My 10-year-old has more sense than like half the adults in this country. Because kids don't, they haven't been indoctrinated. One of the best things I've ever done was obviously remove my kids from the Florida public school system. I tell everyone about that. But that's one of the big things too. Now, look, we win an election. We win some school committee members. The first thing we have to do is make sure that they're on the winning team, these new school committee members, and say, listen, we have to fix the schools now, or I'll just go there and hammer all of them. First thing I want, Chanel seems like a sweetheart. Obviously, you got Colin and Kevin. I'm not even sure who the other winners are. John Sylvia, I don't know how he's going to be. He could fall right in with that old guard. First thing we need to do is remove that 2% cap for online charter schools, the schools that my kids go to. That'll be the one thing Fall River can do for free that will absolutely benefit the city more than anything else. Free, easy, takes like 5 people to say yay, and it's done deal. But it might take away money from some of the people who voted for Paul Coogan, so let's see if it's possible. That's the first thing I'm demanding from newly elected people. They don't get in until January, guys, so we have 2 months to make them see it our way. And I'm not like pulling punches or anything. Like, I'm looking for these people to represent me. They say they're elected representatives, so I want them to represent me now. Morning, Tammy. How you doing, honey? But that's the plan, guys. There's a recount going right now. And then the people who are in office, I'm smashing them to see it my way. Period. End of story. And that's that. Dropping off my car. I don't know where to drop it off. This one will have to be a little shorter. But that's it for today, guys. We need to make these people see it our way, if that makes sense. Oh, here's a spot. Boom, 2 spots. Does that make sense, guys? We're going to make these people represent us. It's not sad, Tammy. It's a massive opportunity. Just like Mamdani winning, massive opportunity for this country. Because now, when these people, like, again, even with Coogan winning, massive opportunity for Fall River. Because Coogan's just going to look like a fool for 2 years. The man can't fix anything. So every election, there's a trickle of people who say, "Oh, I voted for," and then they're like, "Whoa." Like I said, mostly it's people who knew what they were voting for, and they're gonna get what they voted for. They're gonna get a bought and paid Paul Coogan, more raises and stuff. Hell yes, James. They do work for us. We're gonna make them work for us, bro. Morning, Dave. We're gonna make all these politicians work for us. You have no idea what they have coming for them. You know what I mean? It takes the private people. Again, Chris, myself, we're going to get together, make this huge group of private citizens. And listen, it's going to be like the recall 2.0. I know people are already saying, oh, if he wins the recount, we recall him. Whatever. Like, let's just sit back and see. But what we're going to do, recall status, old school, we're going to pack the council chambers and we're going to pack the school committee with, there's no waste of time, Tammy. There's no waste of time. There's no mistakes and there's no waste of time. It's lessons learned, getting stronger. Everything's a marathon. Nothing's a sprint. I guarantee you this will be good for the city of Fall River. So people are saying they hope, they have hope. Yeah, I have hope too. I agree. I agree, Eric. Common sense isn't common. Unfortunately, these kids' brains are being hijacked from K through 12, but we're going to steal them right back. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because they can't win. These people, Tracy Curley, dude, go get 10 PhDs. Go spend 100 years in college. You'll never be able to make sense of the shit that they believe. They'll never be able to. So they're fighting a losing battle. We have right on our side of truth and honesty and integrity and morals that we can never lose to these people. You know, that battle can never be lost. So what we're going to have to do, though, that, like I said, the apathy is not on election day. The apathy is days like today. The apathy, Colin Dias knows this, the apathy is school committee meetings, city council meetings. When Jake Auchincloss comes down here and holds a little thing, and I was working, shame on me, I didn't go down there and just tear him the ribbons. But we got to go to these meetings, right? Peacefully, calmly. Take a page out of Kelly Buchanan's book. Peaceful, calm, and staying power. That girl keeps coming back for more, month after month after month. She's one of my heroes of Fall River right now. So that's what we got to do. We got to get normal people. A lot of people watch these videos and comment and everything. We need to get you guys all at the city council meetings and school committee meetings, and just have real, frank, respectful conversations that we're not letting them do this to our city anymore. Period. The people. Why do you think Shelley Pereira, Bobby Bailey, and Mimi Larrabee didn't run for re-election? They knew this was coming. Colin was the first plant on the school committee, and they didn't like it. And they were like, whoa, someone holding us accountable all day, every day. They don't like that. Peace. It's been real. They left the school committee. That's what's in store. You'll probably see people on the school committee resign. I'm sorry, on the city council resign. You'll probably see that. I'm going to call that in the next 2 years. So Coogan himself will probably resign. I'll call that. I know he wants to stay. Bro, it's only because he hasn't had the heat applied from the people, like during the recall. He wants that little paycheck he gets. But, man, when people show up hardcore, they're not going to stick around for that. They don't have the staying power. I know they think they could sit there and just, like, laugh at citizens' input. But we're going to show them. Yeah, we're going to retire all these people, George. You know? Absolutely. We got to build an army of volunteers and patriots to get these people out of office peacefully. Peacefully. Just hit them with reason and logic and accountability and hold all their bullshit. That's all I've been trying to do since 08 on Bob Correa. God rest his soul. And it was throughout the entire way. Bob Correa got elected out by Flanagan, recalled Flanagan, got Sutter out, raged against Jay Zeal, the whole nine, bro. Been smashing Coogan throughout since 08, 09. So, but you know what? If it's just me, they just point their finger and say, this guy's crazy. This guy's a loser. Who cares what he comes out and says? But when we show up with hundreds of people at those meetings, what's up? And it's a different story. They get a little nervous. So that's what's happening over the next 2 years, guys. They're screwed, and we're going to win. So Good luck to Boomer on the recount, but we're gonna win regardless. That's it. Gotta make the donuts. Yo! Peace out, guys.